I think there's two kinds of musicians. There are people that are very good at reading, and there's people that use their ear. And I'm definitely the one that uses my ear. I grew up in a musical family. My mom was a pretty accomplished piano player. She would play kind of romantic music, Debussy and that kind of early 20th century stuff. And so I would go to sleep at night and hear her play. And then I had cousins that were into jazz. I got to hear some jazz like as a young kid. And my two sisters were learning how to play piano too, and I wanted to get in on it. So I just immediately wanted to be involved in music. I wanted to be involved in the piano, and I would just get on it and I would just play and I would just figure it out. And when I took lessons, I would basically learn the classical pieces by ear. I wouldn't really be reading that much. And even till this day, I mean, I can read and I can definitely write, but probably not as good as I should be for as long as I've been doing it. I can definitely read chord charts with no problem. So I think when you're going by ear, that makes you more improvisational. You're learning how chords, without even knowing it, you kind of learn some basic stuff about harmony and how chord progressions work. I used to pick up things off of the TV set, like themes. I remember there was this TV show called Mr. Lucky that had a theme that I really liked. It was kind of like a Peter Gunn kind of theme, kind of a show. And I would just learn these TV themes and then come up with my own versions of them. So I was just automatically kind of writing and manipulating music from an early age. And so it just seemed natural to me. And so that's what I love about improvisation. And then as far as performing live, you really put yourself on the spot. It's really a thrill when you're able to really communicate with the other musicians in the band and communicate with the audience, and then have that feeling of, yeah, I'm really in the zone and I'm really feeling something special and I'm creating something really great. I mean, that's the ideal situation that you want. And without having experienced it, it's hard to explain it to somebody, because musicians all know this feeling that you get when you're on the spot, and then you either really come through, or unfortunately sometimes not as much as you would like to. But it's you have to perform, you have to come with it, and I think that's what makes it exciting for us and exciting for the audience. Writing is improvisation. It's sort of a crystallized improvisation. It's like you play something and, oh, that's pretty good. Maybe I can make something out of that. And I mean, really, actually a lot of the stuff that I write, just stuff comes out. I hear a groove, or I come up with some kind of chord progression, and I'll play a melody. I like to get the melodies going early on too. I don't like to do a whole track and then write a melody. I mean, I have done that, but I like to have an interaction between the melody and the chords, kind of generating everything together, so they sort of influence each other. The main thing that you want to come up with when you're writing with somebody or for somebody, or even for your own project, you come up with something exciting. And it's usually something real basic, like just a certain tempo, a certain groove, a bass line, maybe a melody. It could be anything. But it's just something that gets you going, yeah, this is what I want to do. I want to do something like Bruce Hornsby, or something with an Earth, Wind and Fire groove, or whatever it is. It could be one of a million things. I'm always looking for stuff to get excited about. Like I listen to New Music Friday on Spotify, and always looking to try to find that one song out of the 50 that is really super cool, that I can learn something from. But so you start with just a little germ of an idea, and then I think the way you develop that really determines the style of it, and the, you know, whether it would be more R&B or whether it would be more jazzy, or I mean, obviously, if you start off with something that's got like a kind of a swing beat, like a jazzy thing, you know, that would definitely send you down that path, and there's no going back to doing something that's very different than that. So but just the way the things develop, the kind of orchestration you use. Does it have horns? Is the drummer playing brushes? Is he playing with his stick a lot? Or is it like, are you getting a big room sound? Just every decision you make, what key it's in, is the bass line busy or not? What's the keyboard sound like? You know, there's a million decisions to be made every time you write and you orchestrate stuff. And as you go down that path, then you kind of fine tune it, and you make it appropriate for the project that you're working for. And then if you are working with somebody else, hopefully they're there helping you make those decisions, so you make sure that they're really happy with you know, what they're getting. So it's kind of a method of communication and collaboration. I think the most fun thing is to write music, and you start with nothing and you come up with something, and it's got the power to inspire you and inspire other people. And I think that's incredible. It's not necessarily hard to write music, but it's hard to write great music. So you have to be, you know, you have to be your own editor and your own audience, and try to make what you do reach the highest level you can.